Hi guys, it's Craig here at Rangers of Terror. I just wanted to do another video. This time, obviously, we've had a lot of news regarding the direction that Destiny's going to go and a lot of complaints, particularly around the dawning and how the loot boxes worked. Lots of the things that people are getting a bit disenfranchised with. So, just before the Christmas break, they did announce that there's going to be a big update. Once everybody could come back after the festive holiday. So Bungie made good on the word, and a quite a substantial blog post was actually made available yesterday. It's had a lot of build up, and to be quite honest, while I can see where some people have still got some negative feelings regarding it, I think it's a good step in the right direction. So I'll be giving you a link to the blog post in the comments below. So if you haven't had a chance to look at it, it is on the Bungie site. But just look below and there'll be a link there for you. But basically, we're starting off with a message from Christopher Barrett. Christopher Barrett is the director of Destiny 2. I'm not going to do everything verbatim in this because obviously you can go back and read through things in more detail later. But it starts off with him just kind of covering just what he's looking to do today. What they do is start off by actually breaking down what content is and what categories stuff should fall into. This has basically been on the back of them having to go back, change how the raids work, change how the faction rallies work, how Iron Banner works, to differentiate between what you should get as an expansion holder and what you should get as just a normal player. So as you can see here, I'll pop on the screen. There are three categories. First of all, there's expansions. Expansions is going to cover all content, so that's things like your new campaigns, your new strikes, access to a new destination, obviously new destination rewards, any new raid leg or raid content, new critical maps, and also the new legendaries and exotic gear. So basically all of that stuff will be gated behind a paywall, so you have to buy the expansion for you to get that gear. Going forward, however, Iron Banner, faction rallies, seasonal reputation rewards, endgame playlists, which would be things such as the heroic strikes, and I'm guessing that's probably going through the Nightfall as well. Seasonal events and new features and updates will be free. So regardless of owning the expansion, which is a bit more of a clarification. Finally, it looks like they are going to tone down Eververse. The only items that you should now be able to get from Eververse are customization items, boons, and emotes. So if it makes you change how you appear and how things work or look, then that's kind of the main stuff you're going to be getting. The things that you can get in there, like ghosts and things, are getting changed, which I'm going to come to in a minute when we start going through all of the different bullet points. So we'll start off with Eververse because that's the first thing he really gets into. They're changing how the engrams work. So in regards to your bright engrams, basically the balance is moved away from those two activities. So you're going to start finding ghosts, sparrows, ships are actually part of reward pools. So you might run a strike, you might be able to get a ghost from a strike or from the Crucible, which I think is a great step in the right direction. There's also going to be a gameplay path to earn bright engrams, as well as event engrams, which I'll cover again in a minute. They'll also give players more direct purchase options and make adjustments to bright engrams to allow players to get the items they want more often. So it's the whole thing's being structured so dust is actually more important. You don't have to wait for cycles for things to come out. I think it's just the whole thing's just going to the gamble's going to get removed from it, which is kind of what they needed to do. Crimson Days is going to be the next event, which is starting on February the 13th. As I mentioned just a minute ago, what the big thing is that when you level up during Crimson Days, you will get a Crimson Days engram. which is great because unlike in the Dawning where you got the chance of getting, I think he had a chance of getting 9, 1 per character per week for the event. Now it's every time you level up, which is a minimum of 9 a week, 3 per character from your double XP or triple XP you get from your rested bonus, and then any extra levels that you grind in that period as well. So now it's much easier to grind and play and get the festival awards, which is just what they needed to fix. They also go through several points. Again, I'll let you go through these yourselves. But for example, Crimson Eggs can also drop from completing the Crimson Days match and from completing the Crimson Days milestones on each character. So there's lots of ways you can get these. I think we're going to be showered with these engrams as opposed to fighting for them. They do touch on XP rates again. There's no changes to the XP rates just yet. They want to get something that's going to work long term. What they don't want to do is put something in place and it cause, another backlash. So they just make a point of saying that they haven't forgotten about it. They know it's not where it should be. They'll be talking about it later. So they then break down the different sections regarding what's coming. So I'm just going to quickly pop through these. So for example, there's Masterwork Armour. That's going to be coming as of the January 30th, along with some raid rewards getting worked over again, which is going to be great. So it means the replayability of the raid is probably going to increase. There will be a February update. I'm assuming that's probably going to drop the same time as the Crimson event. Strike scoring is going to be introduced to Nightfall, and time is going to be removed. Mods are going to get a rework. Quick play is going to get changed, and so is the exotic reputation reductions as well. They then also move on to things such as the Crucible. So you've got things like Crucible ranks. There's also the private matches coming back for Crucible as well. They also talk about a 6v6 playlist. Mayhem has been announced they will be returning on a monthly basis, or at least a seasonal basis. And then there also pop up some of the highlights, such as the usual things like exotic weapon and armor balancing, weapons and ability passing through the sandbox testing, the multi-emote wheel they're looking at introducing, vault space. They have confirmed that we will be getting an additional 50 slots to play vaults, which is great. They did say that this was only a short-term fix, and obviously there'll be something more long-term coming as well. And they do also cover the fact that your exotic collectibles, so your exotic ships and sparrows, will actually have their own little slot in the vault collections now, so they won't actually take up vault space, so you don't have to trash your prized exotics to make space for other things. And they also do confirm that some heroic strike challenges. They then finish off with some quick bullet points. Again, I'll let you read through these. There's just saying the things that are on the radar that they're going to be addressing, but they can't really discuss it in any detail. The one thing that is on there that really does stand out to me is that they have noted that there is masterwork exotics on the radar. That could be quite interesting, especially if it means that some of the weapons that might be, really good, but might be lacking in certain areas on the stats like stability or handling. That means you could probably tweak them to make them even better. Be interested to see what they mean by that. And they also do highlight that the additional Crucible playlists are coming, and they do give an example of Rumble, which is going to be great. So with that, I'll just wrap this up there. But it's been a long time coming, and I think it's been in the right place. Will they need to put some tweaks in these? Yes, they will do. We're a long way out of the woods yet, but I think it's fair to say that there is some light at the end of the tunnel of us getting back to where we were in Year 3 Destiny 1. But yeah, have a look. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you're looking forward to most. And if there's anything in particular that to see me do a video about, then by all means let me know. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye bye.